Everyone. Good morning from New Way, actually from my guest bedroom. I'm here with Mr. Deerwester. He's a new teacher that's going to be coming to New Way this year. We are kind of having a talk show. We're feeling like we're in a live studio audience with all of you. If you hear our music, we have no applause. It's just us. We're trying to hype ourselves up. We both don't really like being recorded. We feel like we're really funny and we can talk a lot and we love to be in front of kids, but all of a sudden when you see the little red recording, things get weird. So we're here. I'm going to do a little Q&A with Mr. Deerwester. I'm going to turn our music down so we can hear him so well. And students, this is one of your new teachers in our high school. Hi, Mr. Deerwester. How are you?
Hi, hello. Thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. I'm here in cloudy Scottsdale right now for one of the few days the sun isn't out bright right now.
I don't think I've seen anyone dressed that nice since pre-pandemic. It's kind of nice to see that people still have like shirts and ties. Did you have to dust that off today?
Well, it's just, I wanted to show a sign of respect for whoever might be watching this, but like I said before, I am wearing basketball shorts and sandals for the bottom half, so it's just the top half, trying to keep it professional.
I think the new like COVID fashion that's out, I mean, it's like business on the top and you never know what's going on. I think it was Mr. I don't want to like put him on blast, but maybe Mr. Beaudenay that we were on a call. No, it was Mr. Fuller. And we were all on a group Zoom and we asked him to go get something from somewhere else in his house. And he was like, no. And we were like, why? Like, no. We're like, all right, cool. Well, once you put something on over your undies, go ahead and go get your things. So I think.
Yeah, I just took the trash out and I got a couple strange looks while I was doing that.
So Mr. Deerwester, you are back in Arizona. Tell us about where you've just arrived from.
Okay, well, I just arrived from Mallorca, Spain, which is in the Balearic Islands, just off the south coast of the mainland. I spent a year teaching at the Rafa Nadal International School. It's a tennis academy there, so I was teaching hopefully young, inspired future generation tennis players. So it'd be really cool. I really hope someday, like 10 years from now, I turn on ESPN or something and I see one of the kids that I taught. I think that would be super exciting. And I'm looking forward to that. But I traveled, I'll give you the whole story if you don't mind.
I love it.
After I graduated, I grew up here in the Valley. I went to middle school, high school, ASU, and eventually Grand Canyon University. And after graduating from ASU, I joined the Peace Corps. And I went to Malawi, which it's okay if you don't know where Malawi is, because when I got my invitation letter, I had to go look at a map to see, okay, where is this place that I'm going to go to? It's in sub-Saharan Africa. And I think what students like to hear, sometimes I'll tell them stories of the village that I was living in. This village in Chinachena had no electricity. It had no water. It had no toilets. So you went in a hole in the ground, pretty much. But it was a wonderful, wonderful experience. Living and traveling there, meeting all sorts of new people and experiencing different cultures. I find, and I encourage, especially in the high school students that I teach, to do some traveling while they're in high school or shortly after, because honestly, education and traveling abroad are almost the same. I feel you learn just as much traveling and meeting new people and going to experiencing different cultures than just jumping straight to college. So yeah, after the Peace Corps, I fell in love with international lifestyle, international travel, and I went to Holland, and I lived and taught there for 2 or 3 years. And that's when I knew I loved teaching. I loved international. That's when I knew I wanted to do that for a long time. So I came back to Arizona, taught on the west side of Phoenix for 3 years while I got my master's at Grand Canyon. And then went to China for 7 years. And I taught in Hangzhou, China. And 学的我说汉语很好. which means yes, I do speak Chinese.
Not
Okay, if we went to a restaurant, you would be saying, "Oh my goodness, he can speak fluent Chinese." But if we were at like a tax office or something, you'd say, "Oh, he doesn't speak it at all." So depending on the circumstances, I can speak Chinese pretty well.
So you can hold your own in a conversation though.
Yeah, I can hold. Yeah, I could have an intermediate conversation. No problem. My wife is Chinese.
Okay.
I met her while I was there, so that helps with practicing. Although she's fluent in English, so it's speaking English at home. And then I became best friends with my principal there in China, and he went to another place where I kind of had to look it up on the map. He went to go be a director of a school in Macedonia, which is a little country north of Greece in southeastern Europe. And so I went there for a couple of years and followed him, and had a great time. And then the following winter, my wife and I came back here to Phoenix and just had an amazing time, had a blast doing different things and enjoying the city. And we decided we'd do one more year abroad and then come back home to Phoenix. And that's what we did. Went to Spain to bring it full circle, then went to the Rafa Nadal Academy, taught there for a year. And then I was really happy enough and pleasurable enough to meet Mike and interview with him. And seemed like a great guy, seemed like a great school. I can tell 100% already that everybody cares so much about the students, about the school, about doing their best. I've been really impressed with everyone that I've met, everyone, including yourself, Abbey. It's been a pleasure to meet you as well. It's been fantastic, and I'm super excited. I hope that we'll be able to meet in person. I really don't want the first time I meet you guys, the students, I really don't want it to be on a Zoom call. I'd really like to see you in person. Like I'm sure you guys too. You guys are probably tired of staring at video screens just like I am. So I hope that I'll be able to see you guys physically in the beginning of September, but things are changing so much. It's hard to tell if that'll happen. I hope it does though.
Yeah. I would echo that. I would like to see everyone too. I just saw a picture on our Facebook Insider of one of our high school students, Josh Cash. And it's crazy to think I saw him in March and he's always been a tall kid. But Josh, if you're watching, you've grown like 5 inches since you were there. And I had to do a double take. So it's going to be cool for you to meet everyone for the first time. And then also I think for those that have known our students, they're going to look so different. You forget about, especially in high school, how quickly they're changing and growing. So we've got to get you guys.
Yeah.
So tell me, one of the big sort of jokes we have around New Way is that to be a high school math teacher means you are cream of the crop, brainiac, you get our students, you love math, like you're sort of local celebrity status at New Way. I shouldn't even probably blow our cover, but I remember the day that Mr. Walker interviewed you. In fact, he came in my office and he said, he's the one. Like I know it. He's the one. And we take math teachers very seriously. And he
as
was
you
so
should.
excited that he had found you. And so I'm just curious, and we've never talked about this. Where did your love of math come from?
Well,
teacher that inspired you?
It's maybe I'm ashamed to admit that I can't remember my kindergarten teacher's name, but I'd known and liked math ever since I was younger. And I loved when the kindergarten teacher would let you go up to the board and write the problems, and I always volunteered. And so maybe at that point I knew I wanted to not only do something with math, but also become some sort of teacher later in life.
And it's always been math, huh?
Always been math. I have done, well, of course I've done some other things, because being an international school setting, you're really required to be a bit flexible. I've taught economics, I've taught history, I've taught PE, I've taught current events, among other things. I coached soccer 2 years ago, having never coached soccer in my life. Never,
How'd your team do?
and we didn't do so well. Um, so, but it puts you in new settings and new environments, and you got to be flexible and got to be able to be comfortable. Otherwise, it can be overwhelming.
So what would be one subject opposite of math that if Mr. Walker asked you to teach, you would like run as fast as you possibly could away from New Way?
Oh, run away. Well, I could tell you what would make me stay forever would be nap time, if I could be in charge of that.
For sure.
But run away, music. I got a funny story with this. And I mean, it's terrible. It was a terrible teacher, obviously. Now that I have looked back in my education, I'm like, wow, I can't believe she did that. Back in 3rd grade, you know, everybody, what's the instrument everybody starts on?
The recorder.
The recorder, yeah. So my assignment, which maybe I wasn't too good of a student, my assignment was to learn Mary Had a Little Lamb on the recorder. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't do it. I have zero. I love music and I love listening to music, but I have zero ability whatsoever in any instrument ever created in the history of the world. And so while the class was playing Mary Had a Little Lamb, she stopped, told everybody to stop, pointed at me, and told me to go join choir.
No.
Yeah, kicked me out of class. And told me to go join choir.
Great little Justin. How'd you recover from that? I don't know if you
scarred me. It scarred me. So I never picked up another musical instrument again. Never.
Oh, well, another one of our new teachers in the high school, Mr. McAdie, he plays the piano. And wow. I think has even asked to have a piano in his classroom so he can jam out during breaks or at the end of class. So maybe if your rooms are close by, you could pick up a piano lesson or two from one of your
Yeah, I would love it. Hopefully he's kinder.
Yeah. Hey, all right, I'm going to go some rapid fire questions to you. I'm going to think of these on the spot, and this will be a little good glimpse into your brilliant math, well-traveled mind. Here we go. You ready?
Okay.
Favorite Arizona sports team?
D-backs.
D-backs. Favorite candy bar?
D-backs Suns, yeah. D-backs Suns, yeah.
Okay. Favorite candy bar?
Snickers.
Favorite pair of shoes you've ever owned?
Oh, I don't remember the name, but it was this Dutch soccer player. He put out a brand of leather kind of casual shoes, and he was designing them. Van something, I forget, but yeah, they were pretty cool.
Did you burn through them? Are they gone?
Oh yeah. This was back in my 20s.
Oh, the memories.
Yeah, right.
Favorite restaurant in Phoenix?
I love Fuddruckers. Fuddruckers is my favorite place to eat ever since I was a kid. Ever since I just drove by Fiesta Mall where there used to be a Fuddruckers, and it's boarded up and closed. I used to hang out there in middle school, and it's gone now, as well as the Fuddruckers. I think they're hanging on by a thread. I think there's only a couple left in the valley.
So I feel like I've been there once. You
need to go.
I mean, I feel like there's some nostalgia maybe that's wrapped up into that, or do you truly think it's because it's like a really
I love it. You have the ribeye steak burger, and then they have the place where you can pump the cheese, and you can get as much cheese as you want. So get some fries and a burger and just coat everything in cheese and jalapenos.
That's why we moved back from Spain. It's all coming full circle now.
It's a good portion of it, yeah. So
you need to get there in case things go south with them. You need to see, do they do takeout right now? You should go.
I haven't. I'm sad. I'm ashamed to admit I haven't been back. I haven't been there since I've been back. But yeah, it's definitely on the agenda for sure.
Fuddruckers. That's crazy. All right. Favorite show you've seen on Netflix since COVID?
Oh, I'd like to say the Jordan documentary because I was so hyped to see that. But it was, as I love basketball, and as an aficionado, it was more like a Jordan 101 class. So it was kind of just repeated stuff that we already knew since I kind of lived through that time. That was my high school days. Favorite, oh, I got one. We just finished it. My wife and I just finished it last week. It's called Episodes. It stars a British couple that moved from England over here to cast a show that was famous in England. And Matt LeBlanc is on it. He plays himself.
Okay.
He plays himself, and it's really super funny. Maybe now that I say it, not so appropriate for high school, although that might make everybody go look it up right now. There are some curse words, but when you turn 18, check out Episodes.
That will be your favorite episodes. That's cool.
Yeah, very good.
What are some songs or artists that I might find on your iPhone or however else you listen to music? Like, what do you jam into when you're out and about?
Yeah, I like EDM. I mostly listen to electronic music, and I've been getting into synthwave lately, which is kind of like a mix between 80s and electronic. And you'll find when you're in my students, I do listen to, I enjoy listening to music in the background as well. Nothing too hardcore, but maybe some slight chill music in the background to kind of help through those down times or times where it's just practice.
I love that. What about a favorite concert you've ever been to?
Oh, I don't know why. Can I tell you about the worst concert I've been to? Yeah. That one sticks out so much more. It was in Holland. There was not Pink Floyd because they broke up, but Roger Waters went on tour. He was the lead singer for that group, and it was in a stadium there, and he played Dark Side of the Moon word for word. There was no riffs, no ad libs, nothing. And the sound quality was so bad. I could have saved €60 and just held two 20-watt speakers to my ear and played Dark Side of the Moon, and it would have been the same. So that one sticks out. It's just an awful concert.
That's sad, actually. That like kind of ruins the whole song altogether. Hey, were you ever a fan of Vanilla Ice? Do you remember Vanilla Ice? I mean, being a fan would be like
no. No, I'm not sure who this gentleman, Mr. Ice, you say? No, I'm not sure who this gentleman you're referring to is. I'm sorry, no.
And Vanilla Ice was everything. You know he was everything. My favorite concert was in...
Never heard of him.
Ice, baby.
Your favorite concert was Vanilla Ice?
Well, I mean, not really, because he had like 2 hits, but he was, it's Vanilla Ice. And I was in Chicago maybe 8 summers ago, and we were, it was middle of July, blazing hot, and we had heard somebody say they heard that he was going to be at this little dive bar performing that night, but it was going to be secret. And so we went there. Sure enough, tiny little bar, Vanilla Ice comes out of nowhere and goes on full jam session, and Vanilla Ice perform.
Do you know, I looked it up. I wasn't checking in my social medias or anything, but do you remember his name? What his real name was? Let's test your fandom. I'm flipping this interview back on you now.
Why do I feel like it was like a very
strange name?
Oh, see, I was gonna guess Jeremy. I don't know why Jeremy came to mind. No?
Robert Van Winkle.
Robert Van Winkle?
Robert Van Winkle.
True. Are you sure?
AKA Vanilla Ice. Robert Van Winkle. I changed
my name to Vanilla Ice too, to be honest. How old is he?
You should have went with Van Winkle. That would have been a pretty cool rap name.
Wait, do you still have your Google search up?
Yes.
How old is he now?
52. 52 years old.
Man, Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice, if you're around, if you ever want to do a concert at New Way, we would be happy to have you, my friend, as soon as we can get back to the good old days, as long as you promise to keep it PG.
I don't think Vanilla Ice does that. I don't think Rob Van Winkle does that.
Rob Van Winkle needs to ramp up his game at 52.
Yes.
Mr. Deerwester, I cannot wait for our kids to meet you. I'm eager for everything to get back to normal. I think we will definitely find a way for all of your students to be able to meet you. in person, even if it's not full learning right out of the gate. We've got to get them in the classroom and get them to meet you. It's so cool to get.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm not doing much while we're waiting for school. So any functions or any meetups at the school or whatever, let me know.
Awesome. And you're close by. You're able to ride your bike to campus, right?
Yeah, it's about 10. Well, I'm so used to, after living abroad for almost 20 years, like I'm so used to kilometers. It's 10 kilometers away, so I think that's like 6.5 miles.
Okay.
So not bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've got some bike riders on campus.
Sports. If there's any sports, like I don't know, with all, of course, following guidelines and whatnot. But if there's any sports going on at the school besides soccer, let me know. I'm down to play. Ultimate frisbee and disc golf is my passion with sports. I coached ultimate for 6 years, and I played disc golf maybe 2 or 3 times a week. So, yeah. If there's
got some ultimate frisbee players on our staff. Do you know that?
Yeah, it seems like there's a bunch, which is cool.
Yeah. The squad is like getting bigger and bigger, so I'm sure they'll love to have you join. And we have a bunch of kids in the junior high and high school that love it and play in the fall and then kind of throughout the year. So that'll be fun for you to join in with that crew too.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Well, I hope you enjoy your shirt, tie, basketball shorts kind of Monday. Thank you for joining me on the screen. Students, meet high school math teacher, Mr. Deerwester. I think it went well. Neither of us freaked out with the recording. This was our first take. I think we did well.
Yeah.
We should be proud of ourselves.
Yeah. I hope I set the bar somewhere, not too low. Well, hopefully you have a good time interviewing, and I hope the students enjoy this. Nobody's gonna watch this, right? I mean, like, come on. All right, if you watch this, email me and say you watched. This is the test. This is the Easter egg. If you watch this, don't tell me how bad a job I did, but students, if you watch this, send me an email to say hi at Deerwester, DeerWester, at newwayacademy.org, and prove it. See if you actually watched it to this far, or have you turned it off already because we bored you to death with our Rob Van Winkle talk.
See, this is what's cool is you have no idea how cool our students are. You're going to get like 50 emails from our kids because
I hope so. And if you send me an email, I promise I will respond.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, this will be up on our Facebook page, and students will send this out via email and to parents as well. And also to all of our teachers, meet your new coworker. Everybody's going to get a chance to check it out. And you'll be able to see how many views it has so we can kind of watch.
Oh, God. Now I'm going to check it like every hour. I'll be watching it 20 times myself to get the view count up. Jeez, I wish you didn't say that.
Booster or opposite of that, I guess, too.
I'm going to tell all my friends and send out the link.
All right, good, sir. Well, be well, take care of yourself, and I will hopefully see you on campus soon.
All right, thank you. It was a pleasure. Yes.
Talk to
I'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.